big early in the game, going 3 of 6.
I would have loved to seen her get more shots.
I would have, because she was feeling it. She was shooting the ball well. And those are the types of moments that you continue to look at and you say, all right, she was 4 of 8 from 3. If she could have played or got a couple more shots, the game would have been probably different.
Yeah, and Roy Harmon, like one of my favorite players. She did not. It was like she wanted to facilitate last night. When she took shots, she made shots, and she just deferred to the team and getting the ball into the post. And I just want to see her be a lead more than a supporting actress.
Well, she one of the biggest things, and it kind of come down to this, and Coach Vic probably mentioned this, they didn't shoot the ball in overtime well. They were 1 of 11. They got 2 points in overtime. So that is something to address. But you also looked at the third quarter. They were 0 of 1 from three-point land. They shot 50% from the field. They shot 50% in the fourth quarter, but they were 2 of 5 in the fourth. And you start to look at this team and you say, all right, where would it have gone wrong? Texas had 23 turnovers in the game last night.
I could not believe it. And I know the first thing that Coach Vic said when they came in the back, hey, good effort, but we cannot turn the ball over 23 times.
Exactly.
Nobody wins when you turn over 23 times.
Yeah, that wasn't
23 possessions?
23 lost possessions, whether it was thrown out of bounds, whether it was a travel, whether it was a charge, just different things that created those turnovers. And then you mentioned it. Hannah Hidalgo had 30 points yesterday. She was feeling it. She was getting after it. And she was wide open on a lot of her looks, too. Like, they were scheming her to a point where she would get lost in transition, and they were being able to find her for her to knock down that shot. But give credit to Notre Dame. They came out, they fought, and they went after each other. They did the things that they needed to do to be able to be in that position. But Coach Vic is going to get those ladies ready to play. I mean, again, these are all teachable moments. Yeah. There's something that can be learned from all of this. Now, don't get to the point of all the time it's being, we down and let me teach you something out of this. No, you want to have that sweet taste of victory, but it's the purpose. They got outscored in the overtime 12-2. And that was the big difference. I mean, you go to overtime, you get there, and Texas was battling. They won the fourth quarter, but they lost the second quarter. The second quarter was the difference to be able to get to that overtime, and then they just took off in the fourth.
Yeah, I mean,
in OT.
I feel like that sometimes when you go in overtime, you got to recalibrate.
Yeah.
And you got to say, all right, this is where we take it. Not we're going to go out here and play. Yep. We got to go make plays. We got to create plays. And Texas didn't do that. And I feel like a lot of that is a byproduct of we're too polished sometimes.
Right.
Sometimes you got to go off and just, become a fool. Just act a fool. Texas is so well-mannered, so polished, so, so well put together. We've been here before. We act like you've been there before.
Yeah.
No, sometimes you need Ron Artest on your team. Sometimes you need to have a guy or girl that's willing to say, you know what, man, I'm getting in your face. Say my house one more time. Say it. I double dog dare you. Say it.
Well, we don't need very many Ron Artests on that squad.
We do.
No, we don't need that many.
Khalil, don't we need a Ron Artest?
I believe in you, dog.
Absolutely.
Well, they're just getting started. It's going to be a long season. I mean, obviously, there's going to be a lot of games to be played, and there's going to be some differences that will happen. But I firmly believe that this Texas Longhorns team will be ready to go.
Oh, they'll be ready.
Back. Yeah, they'll be ready to go against James Madison. James Madison takes on the Texas Longhorns this Sunday, 1 p.m. So we'll see what ends up happening there. But I'm telling you right now, if I can believe in anybody, I'll believe in Coach Vic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he gets them ready to go. When we come back, I'm going to tell you this. Texas Longhorns, Georgia Bulldogs, part 2.
Part two.
Coming up this season, we will talk about it. They will be playing for the SEC championship. Don't go anywhere. A Feel Good Friday edition of the Morning Kickoff is right here on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
The Craig Way Show, weekdays at 2.
Listen to every University of Texas football game on 98.1 KVAT. Hook 'em.
Accident on 35 going southbound at Palmer's now been cleared up. No delays back from Wells Branch Parkway on Mopec as you are going northbound from Barton Springs to 2222. It's a 5-minute travel time. I'm Warren Shore, and that is your Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Don't Mess with Texas and the Texas Department of Transportation. As you travel on Texas highways this holiday season, remember that Don't Mess with Texas means don't litter. So stay off Santa's naughty list and deck the halls, not our roadways. Don't mess with Texas. A message brought to you by TxDOT.
Shop simple. It doesn't get any easier. You're looking for a new Ford. You don't have time to spend hours at the dealership. So Riata Ford in Manor has made it simple. Pick yours at riataford.com. We can bring it to you for a home test drive. Once you determine it's perfect, you can arrange financing, value your trade, and sign all your paperwork digitally. Then simply tell us where and when you want to take delivery. Leif Johnson's Riata Ford in Manor has made buying a new Ford simple.
Sunday morning. You can smell it. Game day. And the brisket you've been smoking since last night. A day to be with family, aka fellow football fans. Traditions make Sundays easy to enjoy. Beers do too. Bud Light. Easy to Sunday, easy to enjoy. Bud Light is the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
There's no better place to buy your new Chevy than Hanna Chevrolet. Right now, we have the biggest discounts in the last 5 years. Plus, 0 for 60 months is available on a large selection of vehicles. As an Austin original since 1936, Hanna Chevrolet has been treating customers right and saving them some serious money. For straightforward, all-inclusive pricing, together let's drive at Hanna Chevrolet or Hanna.com.
Hanna Chevrolet, we'll always stand by you.
With its new look and taste, Dasani is always crisp, clean, and refreshing. So, when thirst calls, answer with the new refreshed taste of Dasani water, now without salt. Learn more at Dasani.com.
Want to win 2,000 times your money simply by watching football? With Better Picks, every play will have you on the edge of your seat, as game day just got 2,000 times more exciting. That's right, Better Picks has the highest multipliers in all of daily fantasy, letting you turn $1 into $2,000, $10 into $20,000, all the way up to $100,000 payouts. That's higher than all those other Pick'em fantasy apps.
And it's super simple to use. Just pick a few players, choose more or less on their stats, and follow along live.
Why would you use any other daily fantasy app when you can win 2,000 times your money only on Better Picks? Go to betterpicks.com, BETRPicks.com, or download Better on the app or Play Store and use promo code RADIO to experience the thrill of playing for up to 2,000 times your cash. Plus, new users get up to a $200 match on their first deposit. It's simply better with Better Picks.
Must be 21 or older and in a jurisdiction where Better Picks operates. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned with your play? Call the NCPG at 1-800-522-4700.
Hi, I'm Jenny Covert, wishing you and yours a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. For 115 years and 6 generations, the Coverts have served Central Texas longer than any car dealer. We know how busy the holiday season can be and that time is money. That's why we believe in making your shopping experience quick and easy with our low Covert price and excellent customer service. We'll do whatever it takes to earn your business, like free delivery right to your door. No one beats a Covert deal. Not now, not ever. CovertBastrop.com. Together, let's drive.
Accomplishing goals is hard, but when your goal is to learn a new language, Babbel makes it easy. Babbel is designed with you in mind. From expert-created lessons to conversational video units and even live classes, you can personalize your Babbel experience to be exactly what you need to really learn a new language more easily. Go ahead, set a goal for yourself. Accomplish it with Babbel. Try Babbel for free. Go to BABBEL.com. That's Babbel.com.
The cleats have hit the field. Kickoff is here. Game day's arrived and Specs brings the cheers. Ice cold beers, team lifting spirits, cocktails in a can. Score 'em all and hear your fellow football fans chant, "You the man." And with Specs' largest selection and lowest prices, you can make every game day feel just as nice. Before the players start running their routes and schemes, run a route to Specs for your game day needs. Specs, cheers to savings.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm. How can I help?
That guy pulled out in front of me out of nowhere. The police are on their way, but I'm really shaken up.
Don't worry. We're going to get you taken care of. You made the right call.
I'm Jeff Davis. If you've been hurt in a car, truck, or 18-wheeler wreck, call Davis Law Firm at 444-4444. We're ready to help, day or night.
Austin, San Antonio. Attorney consultation by appointment only.
Febreze. So my home is also my office. And before I can focus, every room's gotta be clean. That means tidying up and spraying my Febreze Air Mist. Ooh, that's fresh. Febreze Air Mist scents are all high quality. They fight any weird funk, and they give my air an instant boost of freshness. So not only does my home smell good, I feel good too. After I Febreze, it's time to start my day.
Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
It's a Feel Good Friday, y'all. The weekend is here, and there's only one way to kick it off, and that's with a Bud Light and some Texas football. Whether you're tailgating with your friends or watching a game with us from third base, Bud Light is your go-to for a refreshing good time. Ice cold, crisp, and brewed Texas-sized fun. So grab a Bud Light, the official domestic beer of Texas football. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy, must be 21. Please enjoy responsibly. Bud Light, beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
My name is Dale Pazinski. I volunteer with United Way to help the homeless in my community learn computer skills and build a basic resume. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone presents the Craig Way Show. Join Craig Way weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. only on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone.
Welcome back to a Feel Good Friday edition of the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. On Fridays, you know what time it is. It's time for you to get over to AM 1300 The Zone on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, and vote for the Covert Huddle best plays of the week. Start off with number one, Texas win over the Aggies, 17-7. Georgia defeats Georgia Tech in 8 overtimes. The Detroit Lions walk off the Green Bay Packers with Trevor Goolsby's performance versus Texas A&M. You can get over there and cast your vote right now. As of right now, Texas win is winning at 60%. The Georgia win at 13.3. Detroit win got nothing. Goolsby's performance is at 26.7%. And the reason why we talk about Goolsby and the fact of the game is that the Texas Longhorns were able to go and get the win against the Texas A&M Fighting Aggies to advance to the SEC championship game this Saturday at 3 p.m. Now, the reason why this performance is so important is because Texas A&M, it was a winner-take-all match. It was a winner-take-all matchup. Texas A&M talking all that trash about you ain't play nobody, but we beat you.
Talking all that trash.
Yeah, talking all that trash. Your schedule is this. Well, the teams that continue to talk, and I saw this on social yesterday, Texas A&M and Oklahoma fans, their schedule wasn't that good, but you two teams were on the schedule and they beat you.
Both of you.
Yeah, so
y'all
calm it down.
Have a little
Y'all go
meeting.
talk to each other and get it through. But here's the thing for me. Texas is going back into this matchup. They're a different team than what they were when they played Georgia the first time. Georgia is a different team than what they were when they played Texas the first time. all the teams are in a different spot, man. These things have changed drastically. And Texas has now become a team that understands who they are. Yesterday, Kirby Smart talked to the media, and he said, somebody asked him a question about what do you think of Texas runs game, and things are a little bit different. And he said they're committed to it. It's not a flash in the pan. It is something that they have been very consistent with. What is your best recipe of winning? Run the dang ball. You know why? Because think about it. Think about what the SEC was considered. It was a ground and pound, physical.
Run the ball in a cloud of dust.
And then let your defense go out there and work.
Yeah.
Coach Sark has done that. Coach Sark has created that atmosphere. It's easy for us to sit in the stands and critique the game and talk about, well, Quinn's not throwing the ball deep. Why does he need to?
Yeah, why?
Why does he need to?
Why wouldn't a 6-yard pass or work because the guy can take it 20?
And not only that, what did Darryl Royal say? Or who? I think it was Darryl Royal. There's only a couple things that can happen when you pass the ball.
2 of them are bad.
Exactly. So again, the physicality, and it's the trust that you have with your offensive line. You believe in what your plan is. So it's been interesting, dynamic of what this Texas football team has become in this particular time, because that's not what we're used to seeing. Throw them bombs, throw them bombs.
Throw it down the field.
And he did, and he connected. Nobody's talking about the fact that he threw a bunch of great passes during that game. It's the one pass on the outside that he shouldn't have thrown the ball.
Of course they're going to pick on the negative.
Of course. I mean, that's the way we are.
That's the nature of people.
Yeah, that's just the nature.
Nevertheless, college football and pro football fans.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. But let's hear from Coach Sark as he addressed the media yesterday with his opening statement.
First of all, welcome everybody for being here. And I think for us on our end, it's an honor to represent the University of Texas in the SEC championship game in Atlanta this weekend against the University of Georgia. First year in the conference was definitely a goal of ours to be in Atlanta for this game. And it's been a challenging regular season schedule to get to this point. And know it's going to be a heck of a challenge as well on Saturday. Georgia's a great football team. I think Kirby and the University of Georgia have been the standard of college football for about the last 7 years or so. National championships and conference championships, have recruited at a really high level. It's got a great coaching staff. So it's a great challenge for us, but one that I know we're looking forward to, and an opportunity that we want to make sure we make the most of.
Definitely want to make the most of it, and I believe that the fans of the Texas Longhorns are trying their best to make the most of it as they make their way to Atlanta, Georgia, the Mercedes-Benz Dome. You can check us out tomorrow starting at 12 o'clock. That's right, 12 o'clock, Longhorn game day from third base in Round Rock, Lewis Henna and 35, right in that little shopping center next to Target and Best Buy. Come and hang out. We'll have drink specials brought to you by the great folks over at Bud Light.
We're going to be drinking.
We're going to be drinking. There's going to be some food. And, of course, the game will be on loud and proud. But, Mark, you and I have been talking about this team for years. We've seen the growth. We've seen the maturation. We've seen the evolution of the players that have now come to the University of Texas. Georgia's been running this thing for a long time. It's been Georgia, Alabama, Alabama, Georgia. That's just the way that
that's been college football.
Yeah, exactly. And now we're sitting in a space right now that Texas has infiltrated. Texas is in the party. Texas is there, and people don't know how to handle that.
But they don't like it because Texas has moved into the new development.
Yep,
and
they are the development.
Well,
no, I'm just kidding.
Imagine the SEC as a housing development.
Right.
And everybody has their Georgia signs, and if the rule has been no signs over 3 feet tall. Texas goes and they dig a giant hole in the front yard and put a 10-foot pole with a flag
as big as Texas.
And everybody goes, whoa, wait a minute. You can't do that. That's against the rules.
HOA is over there at the spot, right?
I'm not from here.
Yeah.
I'm new. And that's what it is. Texas has infiltrated something that hadn't belonged to them.
Right.
And now that you are here and you're in this new neighborhood, everybody's hating.
Yep.
Hey, you play your music too loud, Texas. We got the band. Hey man,
strike up the band.
After 7:00, y'all can't play that so loud.
Right.
But we just don't care, Harge.
We don't.
And no apologies.
Shouldn't be.
I'm not making no apologies for being a Texas fan.
Shouldn't be.
And that's what the Georgia and Alabama and Ole Misses of the world and everybody with their, they're the next ones, Hard. The Ole Miss, they're right there with the Washington racial slurs. They're gonna be be out of there, so they got to change their name.
No.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, Texas is not going anywhere.
I agree.
So get used to it. All of the fans and talking heads that Booger McFarland's of the world.
Man, you still on Booger, man. Leave Booger alone, man.
Booger gonna get jumped. I'm gonna send the boys for him.
My man's still on Booger.
I'm gonna send the Texas mascot over there. I'm gonna have.
Well, first off, let's get into that conversation because you're not.
I forgot.
You're not sending the Texas mascot over there because of the fact that, in case you did not know, there will not be another meeting between Bevo and UGA this weekend because Texas Longhorns superstar Bevo has been banned from the Mercedes.
Free Bevo.
has been banned.
I want a free Bevo shirt. That's not fair, man.
It is not. The SEC has released a statement. It says, when we received the request for Bevo to be on the sideline in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, our staff looked at several alternatives, including the sideline location. The reality is there is limited sideline space in the stadium, and we cannot jeopardize the safety of Bevo or the game participants. With the narrow sidelines, location of multiple sets for television and camera carts, there is not enough space. While we want to honor the tradition across the conference, the space limitation is a reality. The truth of the matter is, they didn't want UGA catching that smoke again from Bevo.
I hate to say this, but all due respect to the committee, that's bull. Shh, be quiet.
Come on now, hush your mouth.
Hush your mouth. They ought to be ashamed of themselves.
Man, listen, Bevo goes everywhere. Bevo is in the mix everywhere.
This is their way of saying, hey, you can't dig that big hole and put that flag in the yard.
You can't come
play
plant
your
flag.
music.
You can't come plant your flag.
Man, that's horrible. But I bet there's room for UGA over there.
Oh, for sure. He's a little guy. He doesn't need a lot of space. He's not able to roam. Yeah, this is something.
I wonder whose idea it was. Hey, let's take UGA over to Bevo and introduce them.
They were trying to get a photo op.
I know.
I was standing right there, Mark.
Whose idea? They should have been fired.
Yeah, I think they might have been because they almost got gored. I mean, it was ugly. And Taylor Gaspar was standing right there. Her name is Taylor Estes now. But sorry, Ty. I made sure I put your name in there, bro. But she was standing right there. She got pushed out of the way.
Wow.
It was crazy. It was one of the craziest scenes that I'd ever seen because I've never seen Bevo like that. Right?
You
and
never
those
seen
little
Bevo have a dog come stand in front of him either.
Right. Exactly.
Like, I mean,
exactly.
That's a given. I'm thinking to myself, if you have a dog and your dog is just sitting there eating his food,
you gonna let me pet your dog?
Cat, you bring a cat over there by the dog's bowl. What's gonna happen?
Yeah, it's not gonna be a good look.
What's gonna happen?
Problems.
And that's what they should have thought. All right, guys, you know what? Let's don't bring him over there.
Yeah, that's a bad look, and I'm sad that Bevo's not gonna be able to make the trip. But a lot of I know a lot of fans are making that trip. It will be plenty of people there. But, the question was asked earlier in the season, not earlier in the season, but earlier in the week, talking about the college football playoffs, how it's going down. Do you want to buy? Do you want to play? Is it good? Do you even care about going to the game? And I said from the very beginning, you doggone right I care about going to the game. You doggone right I care about coming into this conference, and I care about winning an SEC championship.
Yeah.
Kirby Smart talked about it. It is the accomplishment of one of the toughest conference per se in the land. And Coach Sark was asked about it yesterday about playing in this championship.
Yes, he's practiced. The meaning for this game is, this is an SEC championship, and this is really hard to win. I was talking to Coach Saban a few weeks ago, and there's two national championship teams that he had that he didn't even win his own division in the Southeastern Conference, not to mention didn't make it to the game and win a conference championship. So winning an SEC championship is one that we hold in very high regard. Being part of this game is something that we hold in very high regard. Our guys have worked extremely hard to get to this point. And so we take this, we take this very seriously. This is a big deal to us. I think so many times in the world that we live in is focusing on what's next. The CFP, the national championship. Hey, we've got a great goal in front of us that we have an opportunity to achieve. That I'm sure Kirby and his team feel the same way. Like, we know how hard the Southeastern Conference is, and so to earn the opportunity to play in this game with an opportunity to be conference champions is something that we hold in very high regard.
Let me tell you this, you do not want to not play in this game. When we come back, we'll talk about all the matchups right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone.
Text Texas, followed by your message to 81530 to chat along with your favorite sports radio AM 1300 The Zone hosts. That's Texas, followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. Did you miss a segment of your favorite show today? Pay attention. We have it podcasted. Want to hear that incredible interview again? We have it podcasted. You guys ready? Find the podcast for your favorite sports radio AM 1300 The Zone shows. Listen. The Harsh Knocks Life Show. The Craig Way Show on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Listen to every University of Texas football game on 98.1 KVAT. Hook 'em.
71 going eastbound at Spirit of Texas has the right lane blocked off. That's a 5-minute slowdown back from 183 on the Ben White frontage road eastbound at Payload Pass. We're working an accident, and the 35 frontage road northbound at Boggy Creek. That crash is cleared. I'm Warren Shore, and that is Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by PayPal.
This season, the PayPal app has amazingly low prices for holiday shopping. Get exclusive cashback offers in the app. And with the PayPal debit card, PayPal stacks 5% more in the monthly category of your choosing on up to $1,000 in purchases. Don't just pay, PayPal.
Hey, is it time for a new car and you don't know where to go, right? There's a lot of options when it comes to getting a new car. Well, I'm going to give you a little bit of advice. Go to Apple Leasing. Their telephone number is 346-9977. Their website's appleleasing.com. Lease your next car from Apple Leasing. Get that payment as low as you can. It's a lot lower to lease a car than it is to buy a car because you're only paying for the part of the car that you actually use. The number's 346-9977. They will get you any make or any model you want. So you have to drive all over the place looking at new cars. New cars, under warranty, all the latest and greatest technology. Yeah, call Apple Leasing today at 346-9977. Go to their website, appleleasing.com. Again, only pay for the part of the car that you actually use. Lease your next car from Apple Leasing. The number 346-9977.
With its new look and taste, Dasani is always crisp, clean, and refreshing. So, when thirst calls, answer with the new refreshed taste of Dasani water, now without salt. Learn more at Dasani.com.
The PayPal app has amazingly low prices for holiday shopping. Get cashback offers in the app, and when you use the PayPal debit card, PayPal stacks 5% more in the monthly category of your choosing on up to $1,000 in purchases. Don't just pay, PayPal.
This holiday at T-Mobile, I'm joined by a special co-anchor. What up, everybody? It's your boy, Big Snoop D-O Double G. Snoop, let's talk about T-Mobile. Okay, cool. This holiday, get 4 lines for $25 a line. Plus, 4 iPhone 16s with Apple Intelligence and the all-new camera control on us. Let's get cracking, like a breakfast egg. You can use those eggs to make some eggnog, Snoop. Respect. And people do love T-Mobile, where you can save on every plan versus the other big guys when you switch. You know, y'all can take some of those savings and buy some Snoop merchandise. Always a great stocking stuffer, Snoop. We up out of here. Hold your horses, Snoop D-O Double G. Let's remind people one more time. Head to T-Mobile.com and get 4 iPhone 16s with Apple Intelligence on us. Plus 4 lines for $25. Now drop that jangle.
With 24 monthly bill credits, 4 eligible trade-ins, and 4 new lines with autopay. Well qualified customers plus taxes and fees and $35 per line connection charge. Cancel their entire account before receiving 24 bill credits, and credit stop and balance on required finance agreements due. $829.99. Credits end if you pay off device early. See how you can save on wireless and streaming versus the other big guys at T-Mobile.com/switch. Apple Intelligence requires iOS 18.1 or later.
Earl Campbell here for my good friends at Austin Shoe Hospital. Austin Shoe Hospital has been repairing my favorite boots and shoes for over 30 years. They are the best Western boot repair company in Texas and can repair any boot brand or style. Visit the master cobblers at Austin Shoe Hospital, and they will bring all your shoes, boots, and bags back to life. If you can wear it, they can repair it. Oh, yes, and hook 'em horns.
Visit AustinShoeHospital.com.
Febreze.
So my home is also my office. And before I can focus, every room's gotta be clean. That means tidying up and spraying my Febreze Air Mist. Ooh, that's fresh. Febreze Air Mist scents are all high quality. They fight any weird funk, and they give my air an instant boost of freshness. So not only does my home smell good, I feel good too. After I Febreze, it's time to start my day.
Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
Cavender's Countdown to Christmas is on. This weekend only, save $10 when you spend $100 or more on regular priced items store-wide. Plus, find hundreds of deals on all their Western favorites. Hurry in this weekend for the best holiday deals at Cavender's.
Hey, it's Dan Patrick. If you're a listener of the show, you probably know this by now. We're a big fan of Keeper's Heart whiskey. Keeper's Heart, the first whiskey to offer a unique blend of Irish and American whiskeys. Nobody's ever done it at this level. The results are incredible. Smooth enough to enjoy neat, or enough character to make amazing cocktails. Don't take it from me. I'm just an Irish-American guy who enjoys a drink or two. The whiskey experts agree. Crafted by one of the biggest names in the world of whiskey, Brian Nation, Keeper's Heart is one of the most awarded new whiskeys of the last couple of years, winning over 150 awards to date, including Best Irish Whiskey in the World, and winning a double gold at the San Francisco World Spirits Competition. You got to try it. It's available now in the best liquor stores. Look for it on the Irish whiskey shelf, or you can buy it online. KeepersHeartWhiskey.com. KeepersHeartWhiskey.com. It's a bottle worth keeping.
My friends swim no matter the season, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. Now, thanks to Skyrizi and clear skin, count me in. With Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
shorthanded Spurs have lost 3 of their last 4 to slip to 11-11 on the season after falling to the Bulls. Victor Wembanyama did not play with a back injury. On the gridiron, number 2 Texas plays number 5 Georgia tomorrow night in Atlanta in the SEC Championship game. Tonight is the Mountain West Conference Championship game. Number 10 Boise State goes up against number 20 UNLV. I'm Trey Bender.
This is 11-year NBA veteran Katina Mobley. This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Macy's Backstage. Macy's Backstage has amazing deals on the holidays' most fun gifts, all for under $15. Get low prices every day on unique finds before they're gone. In store only at Macy's Backstage today. Find a location near you at macy'sbackstage.com. Off price, on trend, arriving daily.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone. Hook 'em horns.
Championship weekend is here, folks. It is upon us. This is what you play college football, you play sports for, and that is to be in a championship matchup. Let me ask you this, Bob. You and I were having a conversation earlier today, and you said, man, I cannot believe that college football season is almost over.
I can't.
We wait so long for it to get here. It finally gets here, and each week goes by so fast. And now we have an opportunity to watch our team, because a lot of times teams are gone. Team you may be rooting for. Lane Kiffin's still mad over there politicking on how they should get into the college football playoffs. One way you could have got there, Lane, is if you got into the college football SEC championship game. You didn't get there. Josh Heupel sitting pretty, looking at Tennessee thinking, yeah, I think we're in there, so I'm good. My data point ain't moving. They put us in the right position. Different strokes for different folks. And at this particular time, there's championship games that will be held that will have an opportunity. Let me ask you this.
Okay.
If you were coming into the season and you were a team, let's say SMU, first year in the ACC, your goal is always to win a championship.
Always.
Would you think that an 11-1 SMU would be in the mix? Probably not.
No.
Dabo Swinney. We was giving Dabo so much crap this year. Not wanting to use the transfer portal, not believing in NIL. It's like, it's going to hurt him. Dabo is in the ACC championship game again. Dabo's like, I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way. Y'all thought that we won championships around here. You thought it was dead around here in Clemson. Daggone it.
That's your Dabo?
That's my Dabo.
That's pretty good. It's pretty good, though. I see you.
That's my Dabo. Arizona State was predicted to be the last place team in the Big 12. Oklahoma State played in the Big 12 championship last year against the Texas Longhorns. They gone packing. Mike Gundy done fired everybody except himself. Arizona State is playing for a Big 12 championship. Not only are they playing for it, they are favored against a team, Iowa State, that has been with Campbell for a long time. That's the Campbell that they thought they were hiring in Detroit. That's what Dan Campbell said.
Ain't that hilarious, though?
Then you look at, that is hilarious. Then you look at Oregon, a team that was in the Pac-12. Pac-12 is no more. Let's go to the Big Ten. Big Ten that has been run by Ohio State and Michigan. Oregon is playing for a Big Ten championship.
Yeah.
Against Penn State, who everybody been trying to get Franklin fired.
Franklin is done. It's a wrap.
He's not done.
I don't bet, but I will bet you a dinner at a nice steakhouse for me and my wife. And the flip side of that coin, that Penn State is going to lose because that's what they do.
Let me ask you this. Okay. Number one, I ain't paying for no steak for you.
You know it's gonna be.
I know it's gonna be.
I'm gonna get.
You know how we talk
Wagyu.
about? I know. I was just about to say that's
Not
a mortgage.
Swagyu.
That's a mortgage. No, not buying that. So I know you done lost a lot of weight and you're looking good, brother, but no, not doing that. But here's the deal. I believe that Penn State is going to make this a game. And I'm going to tell you why. Because who does he lose against?
Ohio State
and Michigan.
And
he
Michigan
ain't
is
playing
be-
them.
Mm.
Neither one of them teams are in it. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt.
I think that pressure bust pipes, and it's gonna be cold outside.
They play. Good thing they're playing indoors. Good thing they're playing indoors. But here's the deal. You look around and you see these teams. And if I'd have told you at the beginning of the year that Ashton Genty and the Boise State Cowboys will be playing against UNLV, Brendan Marion's go-go offense. Remember Brendan Marion was
He
right
was here.
That's right. Go-go offense. They're playing against UNLV in the Mountain West championship game that will be played this year. Army is playing in the championship game against Tulane. And guess what? They're hosting. They're playing it at West Point.
Are you really?
Tulane is going to have problems.
Yeah, they're gonna have.
It is
problems.
cold in New York right now.
Hey, and they military.
They built
coming
for this.
after you.
Think about that. That is who's playing. One of the service schools is playing for a championship. And if they win it, do they get in?
That's a bigger surprise to me than Boise, and Arizona State. That's a bigger surprise. That's like Navy doing it,
right?
Or Air Force,
right? That's what I'm saying. The service academies are playing for a championship. The discipline in which they serve and what they are able to do,
and they're not going to beat themselves,
right?
You got to go in there and beat them.
You got to beat them.
There's going to be low interceptions, low turnovers. You got to go in there and take it.
You got to be disciplined when you play them. And let's just not forget, I'm going to give some respect to Western Kentucky and Jacksonville State. Jacksonville State is favored in this game by 4.5 over Western Kentucky. Rich Rodriguez has gone to Jacksonville State and created opportunities for these kids, and now they're playing for a championship.
That's pretty cool.
That is really cool. So you're looking at all of this, and you're trying to figure out who's doing what. Louisiana Lafayette, the Raging Cajuns.
Raging Cajuns, let's go.
Are playing for the Sun Belt Championship against Marshall Hurd. But all of these games are interesting to me because of the implications that are involved. For somebody on the outside looking in, you have to hope that Boise State loses because UNLV is not going to get into the playoff, even if they win that division. So my question to you out there, and I know we've already posed this question, but I'll pose it next week. But we can talk about it right now. College football has created this moniker of this conference is better than that conference, so this team needs to get in because of that team. And there's all this creation. And they've also said that every champion of the Power Four will have a representation. Doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get a bye. Doesn't mean all that stuff. But when the season is over and the championship games are played, do you believe that just because you're a champion, you deserve to be in the playoff? Do you believe that?
I think that's fair because just like Texas, you only play what's on your schedule. If you do your job and you go undefeated or you lose one game and everybody else lost two, you deserve to be at the top.
But my question is, do you do it because of the conference? That's what I'm saying. You can win the games.
Well, I heard the
playoffs.
arguments. Man, that's a Power Five. That's a Power Four conference.
That's why I was mad before because it was only 4 teams that could get in there, but there's teams that won championships and they weren't allowed to get in.
Yeah.
That's why the conversation. This is.
It's not over.
We thought with 12 it was going to be good. It seems like it's creating more chaos, even more so.
Okay.
When we come back, we're going to talk about the volleyball team. That's right. Texas volleyball has shown up and showed out. Let's see if they can continue that trek to the next round and possibly another championship right here on a Feel Good Friday edition of the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
The Craig Way Show, weekdays at 2.
Listen to every University of Texas football game on 98.1 KVAT. Hook 'em.
Accident has the right lane blocked off on 71 going eastbound at Spirit of Texas. It's causing sluggish traffic back from 183. 2 accidents on the Ben Wright frontage road, both eastbound. First one's at Montopolis, second one's at Payload Pass. I'm Warren Shore, and that is your Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Don't Mess with Texas and the Texas Department of Transportation. As you travel on Texas highways this holiday season, remember that Don't Mess with Texas means don't litter. So stay off Santa's naughty list and deck the halls, not our roadways. Don't mess with Texas. A message brought to you by TxDOT.
Did you know that solar energy gives you independence from utilities and helps keep your energy costs down? Why not get a free estimate with locally owned Divided Sky Roofing and Solar? You can get more information at mydividedsky.com. That's mydividedsky.com.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
This summer, it's Rosé all day at Cover 3 and Cover 2. Enjoy a refreshing glass of Dow Rosé for just $8. All day, every day, all summer long. Available at all locations. Cheers to the endless summer vibes at Cover 3 and Cover 2.
Old Spice Swagger Holiday Pack. Perfect for a gift to treat yourself. 24/7 holiday freshness with daily use can smell your bestest. I'm gonna be smelling great all season. Old Spice scents just can't be beaten. Chock full of value, saving that green. Got the essentials needed to feel clean. Deodorant, hair, body wash, and spray. Celebrate your holiday the Old Spice way. Ho, 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 ho.
50 years in the Lone Star State, a one-stop shop so you're never late. Price is so low that you want to know
Which way to Specs?
Come on, let's go.
Specs Fine Spirits and Finer Foods. World-class service, that's all about you.
Shout Specs, it's how we do. A huge selection since 62. Shout Specs, low price, amazing. Here's to you.
Shout.
Cheers to savings.
What's up, y'all? It's Cam Jordan from the New Orleans Saints, here to tell you it's going down. On season 2 of my podcast, Off the Edge with me, Cam Jordan. Catch new episodes every Wednesday, and I'll have the NFL's biggest stars join me to give a player's perspective of the biggest storylines, trends, and did that really just happen? Moments from around the league. So tap into the Off the Edge with Cam Jordan podcast. Listen on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Off the Edge and start listening.
iHeartRadio is your #1 app for the holidays. Just open the app and search Holiday and start listening now. You'll see your local holiday radio station, plus all kinds of other holiday stations, playlists, and podcasts. iHeartRadio, free, never sounded so good.
Tired of battling the cold to open and close your property gate? This holiday season, treat your family to Mighty Mule, the trusted brand for smart and affordable gate opener solutions. And say goodbye to cold noses and wet boots. With easy DIY installation, reliable performance, and energy-efficient solar options, Mighty Mule is more affordable than you'd think and makes securing your property simple. Plus, stay connected with smart technology, allowing you to open and close your gate from anywhere. Visit Mighty MightyMule.com/iHeartRadio to find your perfect gate opener setup. Take the Build Your Gate System quiz at MightyMule.com/iHeartRadio. Whether it's for your home, ranch, or other property, Mighty Mule delivers the convenience and peace of mind you deserve. Made in North America. Ho, ho, ho. Visit MightyMule.com/iHeartRadio for smart and affordable gate solutions.
Sports Radio 1300, The Zone, KDET-AM Austin. The Longhorns live here.
It's easy to tell if you've had way too many to drive. But what if you've had just one too many to drive? Never underestimate just a few. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, the Ad Council, and this station.
Sports Radio 1300, The Zone. Our blood runs orange.
Ooh, that's right. When you hear that beat, that right there tells you it's all about Texas and that burnt orange. You heard that block. Our block runs orange. That's because they were blocking last night and destroying Texas A&M Corpus Christi. The Texas women's volleyball team got a sweep yesterday, 25-11, 23-25, and 25-12 to advance to the next round, the second round, versus USC tonight at 6:30. The Texas women were led by Madison Skinner, who has done an unbelievable job again. She led the way with 15 kills in her seventh double-double with 11 digs. I mean, Mark, this is a group of ladies that have gone through a lot. You know, when you are the champ, obviously everybody gets up for you. You know it. I mean, you were the WWE Hall of Famer and world champion for a while, and people were coming at your head you had to be on every single game. And these people, the Texas women, are 19-6, and people were like, oh, well, what are they doing? Well, tonight they played the number 6 ranked USC Trojans in a big matchup.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. You know, that's a part of it, though. Like, whenever you're battling greatness, people will rise for the occasion. I tell my kids all the time, I see people, when my kids are playing sports, any sport, you name it, golf, marbles, tiddlywinks, whatever they play, people want to beat them more than they want to beat everybody else because that's Mark Henry kid.
Yep.
And I said, y'all just get ready. It's coming. And when you win, I want you to go shake their hand, and I want you to squeeze it, and I want you to look them in the eye. The next time you face them, they're going to be intimidated. They prepared.
Right.
I have to mentally prepare them for what's about to happen because you're going to get people's best effort. That's the thing about Texas.
Yep.
Texas could have lost 2 games, and they still would have been viewed as the evil empire.
Yep.
Just like Alabama is viewed as the evil empire, in Georgia, they're just viewed as the evil empires because of the level of success that they've had.
Yep.
So when you have success, believe me, the people are coming for you. They're not going to say it. You know how many times parents come up to us and they tell us more about our kids than we know?
Yep.
Because they're looking. They're paying attention.
It is a different animal when you're the Texas women's volleyball team. Gregory Gym is loud. It's intimidating. Everybody's on top of each other in there because it's so tight in there. And it is interesting to me because this team continues to find ways to get the dub. They continue to, at crunch time, they get where they need to be. And I'm impressed with this, and they know too. This is the moment. This is the moment that they've been waiting for. This is the moment that they look forward to, because all the stuff that happens during the regular season, first year in the SEC, all that kind of stuff is just part of it. This is where the rubber meets the road, and this is where you come to be a champion, is during these times. Yes, you can say, well, I won last year and the year before that. Let's try to do a three-peat. Be that dominant, because it helps in recruiting. It puts you on the map, and people that understand volleyball, they get more of an opportunity to create those special moments. So Jared Elliott, making sure that tonight, 6:30, Texas volleyball.
Texas, come on.
Taking on USC.
Let's go.
Show up and show out. Hour number 1 is in the books. Hour number 2 is just around the corner, and at 8:40, we've got the WWE Hall of Famer and the world's strongest man bringing you the world's strongest take right here on the morning kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
Sports Radio 1300, The Zone, KBET AM Austin, your home for the Hordes.
The morning kickoff. The morning kickoff.
It's the morning kickoff with Mike Hardball Harge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer, Mark Henry, on your home for the Hordes, 1300 The Zone.
Welcome back to hour number 2 of the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. I told you it was a feel-good Friday, football Friday, but right now we're going to talk some basketball as the Texas men get ready to host the defending national champion UConn Huskies this Sunday, 4 p.m. tip. It's a stripe out, folks, but the Texas Longhorns seem to be ready for action. They got a big win on the road, Mark, against North Carolina State. Now they get to come home and host the defending national champion. They want the place to be packed. It's a Sunday. Hopefully Texas will have that big dub in football, so there will be a lot of folks ready to celebrate. And, of course, you're bringing in the national champion UConn Huskies.
Well, I mean, they're the national champions from last season. This season, they got knocked off a couple of times early and got pushed out of the ranking. I would tell my team, listen, this is not the team you faced last year. Don't be intimidated. Let's go in there and take it to their chest. Even though that team is tall, they got a couple of 7-footers on that team. And how Texas plays against these bigs is going to be really important.
Well, the thing about it, too, you mentioned the losses that they had in some tournament games early, and even Coach Hurley was like, we're never going to play in a tournament like this again. We're never going to do this. We're never going to do that. But I'm also like, dude, you're the national champion. What are you complaining about? You believe in the hard work paying off. You've done some things. You were in the Maui Invitational. You lost to Memphis 99-97 in overtime. You go and play Colorado. Colorado defeats you 73-72. And you get blown out by Dayton, really, 85-67. But you weren't really playing the game, right? Like you were already so mad. You seemed like like you were gonna blow your top
child.
Yeah, you were just, we're never doing this, we're never doing that. But it's like, listen, man, these are the challenges of being a head coach. This is the challenge of you create the success, and now you got to come back and recreate it every time. You're twice
why
back
not,
to back.
Hard, why not just say, you know what, we lost a significant amount of players and we had to retool. That's the first thing Coach Rodney Terry said.
Yep.
This is a brand new team.
Yep.
Like, we got 5 guys on here that are going to be in the rotation or starting that never played here before.
Right.
So that's kind of the same case that they're in. The system is the system. Don't blame it on the turn. You pick the tournament.
Yep.
That's the difference between.
Well, if they won, it would have been a whole different story.
Right. He'd have been cakes and pies.
Yeah. And it's like, man, I don't even understand why he was all upset. But they had the Big East, Big 12 battle just the other night on Wednesday night. They defeated the Baylor Bears, number 15th ranked Baylor Bears, 76-72. They were in Storrs, Connecticut. And all of a sudden, this is a team that is ready to go. But for the Texas Longhorns, they've shown the ability to have different scorers in the ball game. They've shown the ability. Obviously, we talk about Trey Johnson ad nauseum. I mean, this guy, we know what he is going to be. He's going to be an NBA player. He's a guy that is a one-and-done guy. But there's other guys that have been contributing to this basketball team. And and you continue to understand that Coach Terry said it at the very beginning. We have a media availability with Coach Rodney Terry this afternoon. And you know as well as I do, the challenge for them isn't even about playing UConn. It's more about building that chemistry for the end of the season.
Right.
You know, you had brought this up yesterday during our conversation about as ACC, SEC, these challenges that are going on and what that means about this conference and that conference. I look at it now is there is so much parity in college athletics.
Yep.
There's so much that has changed in these types of environments that there's no this conference is better than that conference. No, everybody's even. And it's still early in the season. This will be game number 9 for the Texas Longhorns men. I look at it as a measuring stick, but I don't make it the end of the game or end of the season. It gives you some value. It gives you some presence, and you can see what you look like against a possible 3-time national champion. But it also helps you build the chemistry. Who's going to be in the fire with you? Who is going to be that guy that you can give the ball to late in the ball game, draw up a play, and get him the rock? Who is going to give you a firm defensive stand when you need one? You know, how many times do we always hear, we need one stop? We need one stop. Who is going to be on the floor for you to be able to create that?
Texas is doing a good job defensively.
Mm-hmm.
Like they have the number 1 2-point defense in college basketball right now. That's defense. We always say defense travels.
Yep.
Like the defense is not that's what sealed the deal at the last game against NC State was the defense.
Yep.
You know, it helps to have somebody that has a short memory like Trey, but you need to have your defense.
Yep.
And Texas did a really good job, and I feel like that's going to be the thing that they're going to have to really rely on. Push those big guys out. There's going to have to be a little toughness shown, but I think they can do it.
Well, another part of it is, too, when you start to look at what's going on with Texas basketball, we already talked about Arthur Kaluma yesterday about how talented he is as a scorer, but he did so much on the boards last week, the other day against NC State. The question is, who is going to help him on the boards? Because if he's going to be that guy and get 16 rebounds, that's a great thing. But who else is going to be in there with him? When you start to look at the guard play, is Caden Shedrick the post play, is Caden Shedrick going to be that guy? Is Onyema going to be a guy that could come in and give you quality minutes and be that defensive stopper? Because you're not bringing him in to score. You're bringing him in to be on the defensive side and get those boards. And also, you want to make sure that he's applying some of that pressure to some of those bigs that UConn has.
Yeah, and I was exaggerating. I mean, they got 3 guys. They're 6'10", 6'11".
Yeah.
7 feet is 7 feet, but nonetheless,
6'10", 6'11". I don't think it's really much of a difference unless he's 7'7".
It's a flip of the coin.
Yeah, right.
But those guys, like they have to take up and accept the challenge.
Yeah,
and we're gonna talk about the women's basketball some more. But I'm just really, I love to talk to those guys, and it's more of a mental thing.
Yeah,
it's being able to step up and say, listen, they're taller than us, but we punch them in the knees enough, they like Dan Campbell. I bite kneecaps, whatever you got to do. Yeah. It's a mentality, and bro, Texas got everything they need.
Well, and the thing about it is, it's basketball. It doesn't matter. I mean, you've been playing against tall guys all your life. You've been doing different things. It's the creativity of what you need to do to be able to make those things happen. So I look forward to it, and I know that the fans' support is definitely needed. As I said, it's going to be a stripe out. They got different sections. My section that I have seats in, we're supposed to wear white shirts on Sunday. And then the others are supposed to wear orange. So it's going to continue to be all the way around different sequences. Cool. So I was told, I got sent an email, hey, your section says wear white. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, no problem. I'll be in there. And I was thinking, okay, many of those
You
white
got your
shirts?
icy white?
Yeah, I got some icy white. I got some other ones in there, but we'll make sure to do that. When we come back, we're going to continue the conversations. Let's talk about Dan Campbell. Let's talk about what he was doing yesterday as the Packers and the Lions had one of the greatest classics you could probably think of right here on the Morning Kickoff. Feel Good Friday edition, Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
It's the Craig Way Show.
If Jerry Jones does care as much about his fans as he says, try to make some moves that might at least appeal to them a little more than a lot of the moves you made. In other words, like a real personnel person, a real general manager. Make Will McClay the real general manager.
Voice of the Texas Longhorns and Hall of Fame broadcaster. Weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. on AM 1300 The Zone.
Listen to every University of Texas football game on 98.1 KVAT. Hook 'em.
Accident has the right lane blocked off on 71 going eastbound at Spirit of Texas. It's causing sluggish traffic back from 183. 2 accidents on the Ben Wright frontage road, both eastbound. First one's at Montopolis, second one's at Payload Pass. I'm Warren Shore, and that is your Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's knows how to save you time and money. Order what you need by 2 p.m. to get it delivered same day. Valid on eligible in-stock orders and select zip codes for same-day delivery. Subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. More terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
Prescription products require completion of an online consultation with an independent healthcare provider and are only available if prescribed. Subscription required. Additional restrictions apply. See website for more details and safety information.
Is Cialis Daily really better than Viagra?
If you like spontaneity, the answer is yes. So when the mood strikes, you're ready to go.
I felt like a young man again. My wife is definitely much happier.
When you take it, you're ready to go. Does Cialis Daily last longer than Viagra?
Guys are raving that their results last even longer.
My partner thinks that I am a rock star. Because it is effective, I say I'm on a second honeymoon.
It's literally life-changing.
Are 30-day sample packs available?
You can now access a 30-day sample pack at TryRexMD.com with generics if appropriate. Online approval at TryRexMD.com is simple, with medication delivered direct to your door. There's no copay, no doctor office visit, and your shipping is always free. Visit TryRexMD.com to get your sample pack. That's TryRexMD.com.
No two people learn the exact same way. So how did Babbel become the award-winning language learning app? We thought of you, all of you. Take Sierra. As a visual learner, she uses Babbel's wordplay videos.
Today I'll share a quick lesson on shopping in French.
Merci beaucoup. Keith is a be in the room with real people kind of learner. So he loves the live online classes with our language experts.
Okay, class. Vos está pronto.
Estamos prontos.
However you learn, Babbel makes it easy. Try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
With its new look and taste, Dasani is always crisp, clean, and refreshing. So, when thirst calls, answer with the new refreshed taste of Dasani water, now without salt. Learn more at Dasani.com.
The PayPal app has amazingly low prices for holiday shopping. Get cashback offers in the app, and when you use the PayPal debit card, PayPal stacks 5% more in the monthly category of your choosing on up to $1,000 in purchases. Don't just pay, PayPal.
With your busy schedule, there's no way you have time for all those complicated fantasy lineups. But there is time to win up to 2,000 times your money on Better Picks. With Better Picks, you can jump in fast and pick more or less on your favorite player's stats for a chance to win up to 2,000 times your cash. All in the time it takes to listen to this commercial.
Pick, tap, and win. That's it. Others might stop at 100 times payouts, but with Better Picks, your winnings can soar up to 2,000 times payouts. Turn that $10 bill in your glove box into $20,000 right now. That's real excitement.
So don't forget, if it's game day, it's a Better Picks day. Crank up the excitement with Better Picks and play for huge cash payouts. Go to betterpicks.com, BETRpicks.com, or download Better on the app or Play Store and use promo code RADIO to play for up to 2,000 times your cash. Plus, new users get up to a $200 match on their first deposit. It's simply better with Better Picks.
Must be 21 or older and in a jurisdiction where Better Picks operates. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned with your play? Call the NCPG at 1-800-522-4700.
This holiday at T-Mobile, I'm joined by a special co-anchor.
What up, everybody? It's your boy, Big Snoop Deal Double G.
Snoop, let's talk about T-Mobile.
Okay, cool.
This holiday, get 4 lines for $25 a line. Plus 4 iPhone 16s with Apple Intelligence and the all-new camera control on us.
Let's get cracking, like a breakfast egg.
You can use those eggs to make some eggnog, Snoop.
Respect.
And people do love T-Mobile, where you can save on every plan versus the other big guys when you switch.
You know, y'all can take some of those savings and buy some Snoop merchandise.
Always a great stocking stuffer, Snoop.
We up out of here.
Hold your horses, Snoop D-O-double-G. Let's remind people one more time.
Head to T-Mobile.com and get 4 iPhone 16s with Apple Intelligence on us. Plus 4 lines for $25. Now drop that jangle.
With 24 monthly bill credits, 4 eligible trade-ins, and 4 new lines with autopay. Well qualified customers plus taxes and fees and $35 per line connection charge. Cancel the entire account before receiving 24 bill credits, and credit stop and balance on required finance agreements due. $829.99. Credits end if you pay off the device early. See how you can save on wireless and streaming versus the other big guys at T-Mobile.com/switch. Apple Intelligence requires iOS 18.1 or later.
Hey, it's Dan Patrick. If you're a listener of the show, you probably know this by now. We're a big fan of Keeper's Heart whiskey. Keeper's Heart, the first whiskey to offer a unique blend of Irish and American whiskeys. Nobody's ever done it at this level. The results are incredible. Smooth enough to enjoy neat, or enough character to make amazing cocktails. Don't take it from me. I'm just an Irish American guy who enjoys a drink or two. The whiskey experts agree. Crafted by one of the biggest names in the world of whiskey, Brian Nation, Keeper's Heart is one of the most awarded new whiskeys of the last couple of years, winning over 150 awards to date, including Best Irish Whiskey in the World, and winning a double gold at the San Francisco World Spirits Competition. You got to try it. It's available now in the best liquor stores. Look for it on the Irish whiskey shelf, or you can buy it online. KeepersHeartWhiskey.com. KeepersHeartWhiskey.com. It's a bottle worth keeping.
So my home is also my office. And before I can focus, every room's gotta be clean. That means tidying up and spraying my Febreze Air Mist. Ooh, that's fresh. Febreze Air Mist scents are all high quality. They fight any weird funk, and they give my air an instant boost of freshness. So not only does my home smell good, I feel good too. After I Febreze, it's time to start my day.
Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
There's no better place to buy your new Chevy than Henna Chevrolet. Right now, we have the biggest discounts in the last 5 years. Plus, 0 for 60 months is available on a large selection of vehicles. As an Austin original since 1936, Henna Chevrolet has been treating customers right and saving them some serious money. For straightforward, all-inclusive pricing, together let's drive at Henna Chevrolet or Henna.com.
Henna Chevrolet, we'll always stand by you.
Russell Wilson here with Play 60, United Way in the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Healthy kids.
To get involved, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Donate.
Are you guys going to do that every time?
Yes, of course.
Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Wake up with Harge and Henry in the morning kickoff on 1300 The Zone.
Ball game. And what a game.
Welcome back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone. When you talk about going for it and trying to win, you know, Jerry Jones always talks about being all in. Jerry Jones talking about we're going to do this. Dan Campbell let you know that that man is all in. Now, you just got to hear the game-winning kick right there by the Detroit Lions as they came back to defeat the Green Bay Packers in a classic NFC North matchup. What a ball game, Mark. I mean, you start looking at the Detroit Lions and who they are. Their running back duo, they call them Sonic and Knuckles. You know, you look at Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. They are two of the toughest backs because it's like lightning and thunder, right? You hear it, and you're looking for it, and all of a sudden, pow, that lightning hits you, and you're gone. Yeah. And that's Jahmyr Gibbs. And David Montgomery continues to run the ball fast. I mean, strong, and just being able to do the things that they're capable of.
They fast, too.
11 straight wins by the Detroit Lions. They are one of they are the class act.
Remember when Kansas City had the undefeated streak going and everybody was all up in arms like, oh, my gosh, they're undefeated and maybe they'll challenge the record and so forth. I don't hear none of that. I mean, of course, you're not going to be able to challenge the record with a loss on it. But to win 10 in a row, hard. That's very significant in the NFL. That tells me that I'm not off my rocker when I say that in my world's strongest take will be Detroit-centric. And I really have a lot of faith in what Dan Campbell is doing just from the simple fact of taking chances.
Right. Well, the thing about it is you look at Dan Campbell and you look at his journey. You know, he's a former player. And, you know, I was telling Khalil earlier this morning before you got here, we were talking about the fact that sometimes the questions that are asked by media always try to bring it from a player perspective. You know, what is something that I would want to be asked as a player where you can get in there? That's Dan Campbell every single day. Dan Campbell is a player, and he is a player's player and a player's coach. He's been through those battles. He's been through those wars, and he wants that on him. You know why? Because he's at practice every single day, and he believes in what he sees at practice every single day. He knows
running and working out too.
Yeah, he knows those guys are all in for him. So when he says, guys, we're going for it on fourth down, I don't care where we are right now because I believe in you. They believe in themselves too because they didn't run the plays. They've done it all.
Yeah.
And that's the impressive part about this. And we said this yesterday, Mark. When I said, Mark, when's the last time we ever had a conversation of the Detroit Lions being 11-1? You was like, never.
Never.
Well, guess what? We're not talking about it no more because they 12-1 now.
Unbelievable.
It's just the turnaround of the Motor City and who they all have become is one of the most impressive things. It's the media darlings, right? Everybody now, because they were punching on Detroit for so long, and now all of a sudden you look at them and you're like, man.
You know, Megatron quit because of the ineptitude of the Detroit Lions.
Barry
Sanders quit because of the ineptitude of the Detroit Lions. Don't you think them guys right now would just love to be able to change time?
Yeah.
And be born in a different time and play for somebody like if Barry Sanders played in a system like Dan Campbell, he rushed for 2,000 yards every year. That's the difference in coaching. That's why we put so much of an emphasis on what Dan Campbell is doing. He has the same effect as Steve Sarkisian in college. He took a team that was poor at best and made them potentially two-time champions back to back.
Yeah.
I feel like Detroit is in that mode now. This is their year, and they're going to have a run going for the next 5 to 6 years, as long as they continue to do what Dan Campbell has them doing and really reinforcing his vision right now.
Well, the thing too, Mark, I mean, you look at this team and take nothing away from Green Bay because Green Bay had them up against the wall.
Yeah.
They had their backs up against the wall. You didn't know what was going to happen.
Their running back has scored 7 or 8 touchdowns in 2 games.
Yeah. Yeah. So nothing should be taken away from the Green Bay Packers. They're sitting at 9-4. They just happen to be in the NFC North with the Detroit Lions, and what we haven't even talked about is the Minnesota Vikings, what they've been able to bring to the table as well. That's another
10-2
great team in that division. It's probably the best division in football right now because of the length and the depth of all of those teams that are there. The only bad team in there is the Chicago Bears, and they got rid of their coach. When you think about
That's
it.
how bad they are.
And they're not that bad. They should have been in multiple games. They could have won on Thanksgiving. They could have beat Detroit. They messed up the clock.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Right. Agree. But you sit and you watch this team week in and week out and see the things that they are capable of doing. And Dan Campbell continues to be that guy that when he took the job, he was made fun of. When he took the job, he was considered a big goofball talking about biting kneecaps. Now, nobody would have told Dan Campbell he was a goofball to his face.
Not to his face.
Yeah, not to his face. But over the microphones, they would have said that to him. But now he kept believing in his team. Go back and watch those episodes of Hard Knocks when the Detroit Lions were featured on that. Go back and watch the way he poured in to his players.
Oh, man.
He made them believe. Aaron Glenn, one of his buddies from Texas A&M, the Fighting Aggies, both of them, Dan Campbell and Aaron Glenn, they got this team to where they are by believing in each other. You look at Ben Johnson. Jared Goff was a cast-off. They made a trade to send him to Detroit, and everybody thought it was the end from when he left LA. After he took his team to the Super Bowl, they were like, he can't win it for us. Get us out of here. Get him out of here. He goes to Detroit and has changed the entire perception of him. Now, caution you, I told everybody, he was the number 1 overall pick, guys.
Yes.
That means that he has talent. He just had to really channel himself to be able to lead his team. And then we talk about David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs and what they've been able to do. But look at let's flip over to Green Bay, what Green Bay has been able to do. Green Bay is a team that Jordan Love is starting to play. He's starting to play that Jordan Love football that we talked about, where he struggled in the first couple months. And then now all of a sudden he's throwing the ball well.
He's throwing the ball well, but he ran into a defense that schemed to beat him. And you're going to have good players to beat somebody like a Jordan Love. And just think, Harge, there are 5 defensive linemen that are not playing right now. One is not going to play for the rest of the season.
Yep.
But they have 4 of the guys.
17 guys on the IR.
17, the most in the league.
Yeah.
And 4 starters.
Yep.
Out right now.
Yeah.
And they still are killing.
Yeah.
So
they got the belief, and that's the main thing for me. So when you start to look at this team, you start to understand who they are. You start to understand what the beliefs are in this team. It has been truly, truly impressive. We got some big football games coming up this weekend, and one of the games that I am looking at that I believe is going to tell a lot is Kirk Cousins coming from the ATL, going to Minnesota, going back home to play against that 10-2 team, a team out of the North that is going to need a dub. Atlanta needs this win. Is Kirk Cousins going to deliver Minnesota?
No. Kirk Cousins is done.
What?
He is done.
So you think it's Michael Penix time?
I think it's time. I would play him just to see what he's got, because Kirk Cousins is just we talked about ineptitude.
Yep.
That guy right there, he has failed dramatically these last 6 games.
Yep.
It's been very poor and embarrassing almost.
Well, we shall see. Another big matchup for me is the game in Kansas City, the Sunday night game. The Los Angeles Chargers taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Woo! Everybody loves them some Harbaugh. Everybody loves Patrick Mahomes. Is Justin Herbert the golden child? Can he do it? Won't he do it?
Won't he do it?
We shall see. Another big matchup is Buffalo is traveling to take on the Rams. Buffalo, one of the best teams in the league. A lot of people are pushing them to be that team. We shall see if they can go to LA and beat Matthew Stafford. Cleveland, Jameis, you going to avenge the loss to Pittsburgh or that big win? That loss to Pittsburgh. Can you go in to Heinz Field and, they changed their name, Acrisure Stadium. I don't know what that is, but anyway, Pittsburgh, they play at 12, big matchup, Steelers versus Browns. getting it
James
down.
is just trying to be delivered.
Yeah, he's doing something. He's just
trying to be delivered from these interceptions.
from these pick sixes. Hey, when we come back, we got the world's strongest take being by the world's strongest man. But before we let you go, I want you to be sure to listen to my man, Dan Campbell, as he talks to his team and tells them, you can do it. Because guess what, folks? We are all in. We're just getting headed into my man, Mark Henry, the world's strongest man, bringing you the world's strongest take right here on Sports Talk, AM 1300, The Zone.
I'm so freaking proud of you, man. That's the way to show up. You talk about pressure, we live in pressure. That's where we freaking thrive. You did it again. All right? It doesn't matter who's playing for us. It doesn't matter what's going on. You always find a way to win. This has been in the making, man. This has been in the making. All right? We were all supposed to be here together, man. We're destined for this. Just stay the course.
It just clicked in my mind that if you just run through somebody's face, a lot of people ain't gonna be able to take that over and 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 over again. They're just not gonna want that.
Join Craig Way weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m.
One time when Bill Schoening and I were doing a Tuesday night game, and there was an umpire behind the plate, Tom Jenkins. And Tom was a rather corpulent fellow, and he lets a pitch go in there. And you hear this pop again. He goes, ball two. Then crystal clear that our field mic picked up was some fan yelling, Jenkins, you fat.
Only on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
Listen to every University of Texas football game on 98.1 KVAT. Hook 'em.
Second accident of the morning on 35 going northbound on the frontage road at Boggy Creek. Accidents have been cleared up on the Ben White frontage road going eastbound at Payload Pass and then eastbound at Montopolis. I'm Warren Shore, and that's a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by eBay. We all got a thing. Yes, even you. If you love fashion, car parts, trading cards, whatever you're into, it's on eBay. So go find the thing that keeps you up at night. eBay. Things people love.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. When you've got beer and football, nothing is hard. Until the other team scores. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus, copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Earl Campbell here for my good friends at Austin Shoe Hospital. Austin Shoe Hospital has been repairing my favorite boots and shoes for over 30 years. They are the best Western boot repair company in Texas and can repair any boot brand or style. Visit the master cobblers at Austin Shoe Hospital and they will bring all your shoes, boots, and bags back to life. If you didn't wear it, they can repair it. Oh, yes, and hook 'em horns.
Visit AustinShoeHospital.com.
Lawfare. It's being waged by woke leftists against conservatives across the nation. They targeted President Trump with multiple criminal and civil cases to stop him. Rudy Giuliani has been financially destroyed. January 6 protesters were jailed. Conservatives bankrupted. Lawfare is threatening your freedom, your right to free speech. If you oppose them, they'll destroy you too. Now, Rob Finnerty is fighting back. Each night this week, Finnerty is on Newsmax exposing the left's lawfare and their dirty deeds. Tune into Finnerty tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, and find out why Newsmax is the fastest-growing cable news channel in America. Even President Trump watches Newsmax. Find it on all major cable systems. Even YouTube TV just added us. If your cable channel doesn't carry Newsmax, cancel them and join one that does. You need to watch Finnerty on Newsmax tonight. Millions are watching Newsmax because it's real news for real people.
Attention all football fans. Old Spice Swagger Deodorant 4-pack is back at Costco. Get ready to unleash the greatest smell in the NFL. Old Spice Swagger is the ultimate 24/7 odor protection for all the football fanatics out there when used daily. But here's the catch, folks. This limited time offer won't last forever, so head to Costco and grab your 4-pack of Swagger Deodorant. Don't let those game-winning moments be overshadowed by unwanted odors. Get your Old Spice Swagger Deodorant now.
When it comes to making fantasy picks on your favorite players, you want excitement, but you also want a platform you can trust. Better Picks is available in over 30 states, so if you're hearing this, it's probably available for you.
Better Picks is safe, secure, and super easy to use. Just pick more or less on your favorite player stats and put your skills to the test.
With Better Picks, you get the thrill of playing for up to 1,000 times your cash. So go ahead, make your picks and play for big wins with super fast payouts and withdrawals.
Go to betterpicks.com, BETRpicks.com, or download Better on the App or Play Store and use promo code RADIO to play for up to 1,000 times your cash. Plus, new users get up to a $200 match on their first deposit and join thousands playing across the U.S.
Must be 21 or older and in a jurisdiction where Better Picks operates. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned with your play? Call the NCPG at 1-800-522-4700.
My friends swim no matter the season, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. Now, thanks to Skyrizi and clear skin, count me in. With Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
William is one of millions of Americans who uses GoodRx to save on the cost of their prescriptions.
My oldest daughter, Camilla, 2 days old, she had to have open heart surgery. All of a sudden, she's on 5 different medications. It adds up at the end of the month. Me and the pharmacist got so tight. She said, GoodRx save you a lot of money. Saving that extra $200-300 a month. We're able to do all these extra activities, so it puts less stress on our household, and it puts less stress on our pockets.
Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com and start saving today. GoodRx user compensated for their time. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance.
Febreze. So my home is also my office. And before I can focus, every room's gotta be clean. That means tidying up and spraying my Febreze Air Mist. Ooh, that's fresh. Febreze Air Mist scents are all high quality. They fight any weird funk, and they give my air an instant boost of freshness. So not only does my home smell good, I feel good too. After I Febreze, it's time to start my day.
Breathe happy Febreze, la 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 la.
Cavender's Countdown to Christmas is on. This weekend only, save $10 when you spend $100 or more on regular priced items store-wide. Plus, find hundreds of deals on all their Western favorites. Hurry in this weekend for the best holiday deals at Cavender's.
It's happening. UT is playing for our SEC championship this Saturday, and we are broadcasting our pregame show starting at noon at Third Base Sports Bar in Round Rock. It's right off of 35 in Lewis Henna, and make sure you come by because we'll have $1 off Bud Lights all day.
This weekend, head over to Cover 3 for the ultimate weekend brunch, complete with their famous Bloody Mary and Bubbles Bar every Saturday and Sunday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Sip, savor, and celebrate with friends. Don't miss out. Make your weekend special at Cover 3.
From the ABA Heating and Cooling Weather Center, this is Zone Weather.
Austin area weather, cloudy skies for your Friday, slight chance of a shower, a high near 55. Tonight, cloudy with a chance of a shower, a low of 43. Saturday, morning showers, a high of 48.
This report is sponsored by eBay. We all got a thing. Yes, even you. If you love fashion, car parts, trading cards, whatever you're into, it's on eBay. So go find the thing that keeps you up at night. eBay. Things people love.
The Craig Way Show with the voice of the Longhorns, Craig Way. Weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
You heard that beat? That can only mean one thing. WWE Hall of Famer and the world's strongest man, Mark Henry, bringing you the world's strongest take. Take it away, big fella. All right. What's up, man? You know what time it is? What time is it?
It's time for the world's strongest take. Khalil, back then they doesn't know me. Now I'm hot. They all on me. Guys, I'm going to put it all out there. I normally don't do it this early. We still got 4, in some cases, 5 games for everybody. Detroit Lions are going to go to the Super Bowl.
Whoa.
Yeah. And the reason that I say that is because they have a coach that's convinced that every game he has to convince his team that we're going to go for it. And not just go for it in the sense of going for it on 4th down, but there's no time like the present. That's what he said at halftime. He said, there's no time like the present. Anybody that has a mentality of this is good, we're in a good spot, we need to take advantage of it right now.
Yeah.
Means that he's not worried about next year. He's not worried about the salary cap. General managers will do that. He is worried about ball. And he has convinced the guys that are playing for him that we're going to win it this year. There have been several announcers from Fox, from ESPN, all the talking heads. And they talk about how buffoonish and clownish it seemed when Dan Campbell took the job. Right?
Yep.
So I'm looking at it like if the people that played with him say, man, the dude has got an infectious energy.
Yep.
And he just convinces you that you're not failing. He's grabbing you under the arm when you're tired. Come on, pulling you. Like, they don't even do that in the pros. In the pros, that's more of a college type of feel.
Right.
These guys are playing with passion. When you play with passion, you don't worry about pain. They got 5 guys on their starting defense of rotation. They're out. One's out for the rest of the season with a broken leg, and the other 4 should be coming back in the next 2 games. This defense is good, but they are going to get better. Think about that. We talked about people like Megatron, and we talked about people like Barry Sanders. How these guys, they wish they could play in this regime, in this time period. they would have kept playing. They retired because of ineptitude. But guys, when I see Detroit play and I see them take chances, at least twice last night, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, oh, what are we doing? I say we. It's not my team.
I heard a we in there.
I'm like, what are we doing here, guys? What's going on? And then they get the first down. I'm like, oh, okay, I see the light. Harge. My take is that Dan Campbell, his energy and his coaching style is refreshing to the NFL. People are excited about seeing what Detroit is going to do. It equals ratings for the networks. They're going to get the primetime spots, and they're going to the Super Bowl.
Right.
What say you?
Man, look, everybody just loves Dan Campbell. I see a tweet from Brad Sham, the voice of the Texas. He used to be the voice of Texas Longhorns, but he's the voice of the Dallas Cowboys. He said, I love Dan Campbell, but he is out of his mind. And that's good.
They said that about Nikola Tesla.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who Nikola Tesla is? The Tesla cars, the energy, we'll get on that. We'll have a tutorial about history.
I thought
Con Edison.
And look. I thought Tesla was
and the power.
Elon Musk.
No, we'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that. But anyway, you start to really understand that this team is built for the long haul. Like you said, when people are down and they're out, and he's like, "Come on, I got you. Those are the types of moments, the brotherhoods, the foxhole moments. You hear people talk about foxhole all the time. He's the guy that you want in the foxhole because he ain't leaving your side.
No.
If something happens to you, he's picking you up and he's carrying you.
It's like me and you, Harge.
What? Wait, what?
It's like me and you. We ride together.
Oh, yeah, we bad boys for life.
Bad boys for life. And that is exactly what I see with Dan.
Yep.
He has a kinship that goes beyond being the coach
for sure.
With the players.
Yep.
It's almost like he's a player coach that he can't get in there and play no more, but his way of playing
he could if he really wanted to.
Well, maybe one or two plays.
Yeah, that's all I got for you.
That's all I got.
That's all I can.
Then that yellow light gonna come on.
Check
but,
in.
But I'm telling you, Harge, like these guys, they feel him and they work for him. They play for him.
Right.
In the NFL, most of the guys play for money.
Yep.
They play for stats. But every now and then you get a Bill Cowher type of coach. And and that's the closest reference point that I have for Dan Campbell.
Yeah. And for me, Dan Campbell is that guy that he creates a winning environment. He created that atmosphere of brotherhood, number one. Number two, don't leave your man behind. And number three, it sure is fun when you win.
It's fun.
You know, it is fun that every single week, I got this dub, man. We good. Now we can take a day off, but they come in to work. They come and watch the film. They're not taking that time off. They may have a moment or two where they just not all about football, but they are definitely a team that is probably – look, we've had two segments where we featured the Detroit Lions because of what they have done. They're not the champs yet. Yep. They haven't been to the Super Bowl. Came up short last year. I thought last year they were going to make it. I thought for sure they were going to the Super Bowl just because of the path that they were on. But this is a team that has shown resilience. We talked a lot about the Kansas City Chiefs early in the year. You talked about the undefeatedness, right? That possible undefeated season, but you didn't see it. But we were looking at all the flaws that they had. Like, they could have lost to Lamar Jackson and them early in the year if Isaiah Likely's toe wasn't long enough. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't so long. He didn't have that Kevin Durant foot. You look at certain games in Kansas City and you say, well, they are the champ, but you see a little other flaws. You see certain things.
Yeah.
But when you look at Detroit, and you believe in Detroit because they've shown us. Yes, they've had some games that they won on the last second. I get it. But the reality of it is Those guys show up to work every single day with the mindset of we're not losing.
And we're going to take a chance on winning. We're not going to leave it up to our special teams, even though their special teams is good.
Yeah, their special teams came through with the game-winning kick, but they put them in a position to where it was like, all right, this is where we're at. This is what we're going to do. Another strong take by the world's strongest stuff right there. And then with what we see from the Detroit Lions. When we come back, we'll close out the show and send you to Dan Patrick and get you ready for a great football weekend. That's right, SEC Championship right around the corner. Right here on the Morning Kickoff. Feel Good Friday edition of the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300.
Your Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone show hosts are looking good. Want to know how we know? It's time.
Y'all ready?
Because the Hard Knocks Life and the Craig Way Show have live video streams, faces for radio, and the digital screen.
It's main event time. It's going down.
Find us on Facebook at AM 1300 The Zone.
Listen to every University of Texas football game on 98.1 KVAT. Hug 'em.
Second accident of the morning on the 35 frontage road northbound at Boggy Creek, causing a couple of minutes worth of slowdowns. 15-minute delays, 35 southbound from Westinghouse to Cesar Chavez, 35-minute total travel time, and a 15-minute slowdown, 360 northbound between Walsh Charlton and 183. I'm Warren Shore with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Randall's. Save on family favorites at Randall's. This week at Randall's, get fresh, boneless, skinless chicken breasts or thighs for only $1.77 per pound. And don't miss the 97-cent produce sale. Shop for participating fresh produce favorites and get them just 97 cents.
With its new look and taste, Dasani is always crisp, clean, and refreshing. So, when thirst calls, answer with the new refreshed taste of Dasani water, now without salt. Learn more at Dasani.com.
This holiday season, Capital One reminds you to give yourself the gift of 1.5% cash back with the Capital One Quicksilver Card.
Can I earn 1.5% cash back on birds?
Birds?
What if you sent your true love 2 turtle doves plus a partridge in a pear tree?
Sure, but why would anyone want that?
The song was very convincing.
Earn 1.5% cash back on all your holiday purchases with the Capital One Quicksilver Card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Did you know that solar energy gives you independence from utilities and helps keep your energy costs down? Why not get a free estimate with locally owned Divided Sky Roofing and Solar? You can get more information at mydividedsky.com. That's mydividedsky.com.
This is an ad by BetterHelp. What's your perfect night? Maybe you're settled at home alone or with loved ones, covered in blankets, about to watch your favorite show. It's cozy, it's calm, and you're ready for a perfect night in. Therapy can feel a bit like that. A place for comfort. A time when you replenish your energy and take care of yourself. And hey, you can even do it without leaving that same cozy couch. This season is the perfect time to give therapy a try, right from the comfort of home. With BetterHelp, get matched with a tailored therapist based on your needs and preferences, entirely online. Designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. Find comfort this season with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/rightchoice today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/rightchoice.
There's no better place to buy your new Chevy than Henna Chevrolet. Right now, we have the biggest discounts in the last 5 years. Plus, 0 for 60 months is available on a large selection of vehicles. As an Austin original since 1936, Henna Chevrolet has been treating customers right and saving them some serious money. For straightforward, all-inclusive pricing, together let's drive at Henna Chevrolet or Henna.com.
Henna Chevrolet, we'll always stand
The cleats have hit the field. Kickoff is here. Game day's arrived and Specs brings the cheers. Ice-cold beers, team-lifting spirits, cocktails in a can. Score 'em all and hear your fellow football fans chant, "You the man." And with Specs' largest selection and lowest prices, you can make every game day feel just as nice. Before the players start running their routes and schemes, run a route to Specs for your game day needs. Specs. Cheers to savings.
Hey, Texas fans, Harbaugh Harge here. Are you ready for an action-packed season? Thomas J. Henry Law is thrilled to be a part of the action, sponsoring all Texas football game broadcasts. Just like the athletes give it their all on the field, Thomas J. Henry and over 250 attorneys give it their all when it comes to helping you and your family get the justice you deserve. Whether it's on the field or in the courtroom, dedication, strategy, and teamwork are crucial. For 30 years, Thomas J. Henry Law has been committed to securing meaningful results for the injured people and their families. Visit tjhlaw.com or call 24/7 to get the help you need for you and your loved ones.
Get the Apple Leasing Advantage today. Visit appleleasing.com. That's appleleasing.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
iHeart is America's #1 podcast network. Open the free iHeart app and explore podcasts like this.
No more waiting until the morning. Nightcap with Unc and Ocho is our new evening sports talk destination with NFL legend Chad Johnson, Ocho Cinco, and me, Shannon Sharp. Come hang out with Unc and Ocho as we give out unfiltered tape and instant reaction to the biggest games, biggest moments right after they end.
Open your free iHeart app and listen now.
Wake up with Harge and Henry in the morning kickoff on 1300 The Zone.
A great week of shows. We've been previewing and reviewing. We've been priding ourselves in being ready for what is known as a great weekend. Coming up this weekend, guys, we've got Texas volleyball. Their big matchup against Texas A&M Corpus Christi. They won straight sweep. Now they play USC tonight, 6:30, to advance to the next round and the voyage of being a three-peat in volleyball. And Madison Skinner, man, she is just amazing to watch. Her story is amazing. For those that don't know, her dad is Brian Skinner, former NBA player. 254, by the way, folks, just in case you were wondering. Just in case you were wondering, 254, Brian Skinner played at Temple, Texas. But Madison has made a name for herself and continues to be awesome. The Texas women get a chance to kind of avenge that overtime loss to Notre Dame by playing James Madison Sunday, 1 p.m. It is an avenge game. They're going to be ready to go. I think our guy Cam Parker is going to be calling that game on the road, so I can't wait to hear that matchup. And, of course, we've got Texas men's basketball versus UConn. 4 p.m. Sunday. It's a stripe out. Check your section because they will be telling you what color shirt you're supposed to be wearing in that section. But the game that we've been waiting on, Mark, the game that we've been previewing, the Texas Longhorns, the Georgia Bulldogs, part 2. It's actually part 3 because now Texas beat them in the Sugar Bowl. They came here and beat you on your home soil. And basically you can go to the ATL and beat them on their home soil. We heard Kirby Smart yesterday talking about how this game and what this game truly means. You heard Kurt Sark earlier today talking about this game and the importance of this game, of being able to play for an SEC championship. The Texas Longhorns are 2.5-point favorites. I believe Texas will get that win, but make sure you come and hang out with us over at Third Base this weekend. Starting at 12 o'clock, we will be at Third Base. It'll be myself, Norman Watkins, lifetime Longhorn Norman Watkins, and Rod Babers. That's right, folks. Rod Babers will be doing the show, RB1. And, Mark, you going to be on the road. Tell folks what you're doing this weekend.
Man, I got a comedy show this weekend in New Orleans.
You think you're funny?
I know I'm funny. And not funny looking. Harge, we also got a new Longhorn dad to the mix, Marcus Spears, his daughter committed to University of Texas, signed to come and play volleyball for the University of Texas. I reached out to him. He said he can't wait to get down here and hang out with us. And, we're going to go and have some barbecue.
I knew that was coming. I knew
it was
I knew he was going to
thing.
get something to eat, Khalil. I knew he was going to get
something to eat like we like to eat.
Yeah, the big swagoo. I want to thank Khalil for doing a great job. I want to thank Mark Henry. Safe travels and have a great show. Break a leg.
Yeah,
Do your
that's in
thing.
Hollywood.
Yeah. Oh, so
not in Congress.
well, you up there acting like you in
Go
Hollywood.
make that money.
Yeah, go get that paper, man. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. And just remember this: don't believe everything you see, because even salt looks like sugar. Peace.